I know you think I'm sexy, Tig. I know. At least I can hear everything on this fucking game. Instead of having someone float right up next to me and pop me. Alright, we got the rail. Where's the rail going? Was it... No, that's not rail. That's beam. That's... Is it rail? Yeah, it's raw iron. So this bit is going down to the ironworks. Or was it? Or were we... No, yeah, it's got to go down there. I really honestly don't know why I continue to try to play Tarkov. I don't.
Hello, motherfucker.
There he is. So now that he's here, I can start discussing the plans that I am currently hoping to pull off. So, to start things off, the money is actually coming from an old 401k that the wife said I should just go ahead and shut down. So, it's from a past job, the rail store actually. You know, it's not a shitload of money because I wasn't vested like she is. I think she's getting more. I haven't asked her what it is, but mine is after they took their cut and the government took their cut. I would say before the government took their cut, I would say what I'm getting might be equivalent to what most people probably make in a month. So, with that, I'm getting 2 new tires for the Charger. Probably just gonna order those online. And then the fun begins. The fun. All right, here we go. Come on, load up. I gotta make sure I got the cart picked out. So that one. Let me just. All right, so we'll start things off here real quick. I'm going to Moza. And I'm going to be picking up the R9 V2 wheelbase. 9 Newton meters of torque. I could go with the 5, but they don't sell the 5 as a standalone. And they have a bundle, but it comes with pedals, which are, for all intents and purposes, like a Logitech pedal set. And honestly, it wouldn't actually, even when you have the Logitech G29 maxed out, which is like 2 or just over, this isn't much more. It's only a 5. So I'm going to say, screw it. I'm going to go with the 9. It's overall the better play, from what I've seen other people say in videos and online as well. If you're coming from a Logitech and you're not new to sim racing scene, an R5 is kind of going to be lacking. You want to go with an R9. So that's what I'll do. As far as the pedal wheels go, I'm probably going to go with this standalone ES one. It's their base model. It is the cheapest as well. That has something to do with it. But this one has a couple of add-ons that I can pick up for a little over $100, and they're different rims. One of them is a set like this. It's got the F1 style rim, and the other one is a larger rim like this one is. So this one here is a 11-inch rim. This one here I think is a 12. So if I were to pick up those 2 extra rims, and they're just screws that, you might be able to see the 6 screws all the way around the center there. I just pop those off, put the new one on, bolt them up, and Bob's your uncle. I'll have 3 different wheels, basically, instead of spending the 260 just for this one that doesn't have any options. Otherwise, I got to spend 260 and 280.
Hello,
So,
motherfucker.
True, how you doing, bud? That is the current plan in that area. Going with Moza. Not sure what in all games it will work with, but right now I'm not too concerned. I'm a little puzzled on whether or not it's going to work with Farm Sim 22. I think it works with prior versions, but if I remember right, the compatibility list didn't show 22 being on there, so we'll see what plays out with that. I just noticed I'm on the wrong screen, wrong page. So yeah, I'm a little on the fence still about wheels, because if I go with that base model ES1, they're just clicky switches, regular buttons basically. Whereas if I went with CS1, they're actually magnetic flappy paddles. They're a little more clickier on the sound and everything, but they feel more legit, I guess you could say, compared to what is basically on the Logitech. This seems to be the same over there. So that's the main thing. I'm waiting to hear from Thompson. I asked Thompson what Moza wheel to go with. He hasn't responded yet. So after that, next on the hit list, out of everything, this one is more up in the air than anything else. A Quest 3. Going VR. iRacing in VR as well as Golf VR Plus are the 2. Let's see, I don't know. Is that going to show up here? There it is, Golf Plus. Is that it? Yeah. This is officially licensed by the PGA Tour. Yeah, I want to play it. That's pretty much it. Granted, obviously, saying all these are add-ons. They've got quite a few courses as well that would be all Amazon or add-ons, but it seems really legit, and it's been getting really good reviews and whatnot as far as being a VR golf game. Yes. Oh, no. Oculus? No. I'll double check here, but that looked like it was only Quest. That was the other thing. That was the other thing I wanted to make sure of before I actually pull the trigger on anything. Give more money to Facebook. I wanted to make sure that game was on other services. So I will double check that here in a moment, but I believe it is only available for Quest. Meta. So that's unfortunate, but that one. Oh, yes, that's all I need is another fucking Tarkov bullshit. That's exactly what I need right there. Let's see. Available on Quest 2, 3, and Pro. Let me see if I can find these guys. Doesn't say. What it's compatible for. Which I'm a little surprised about. But it takes you right back to meta. So, since it's doing that, I think it's safe to assume that it's only available for Quest. And the Quest 3, although it's $500, overall still seems to be a better system than the 2. Because the thought had crossed my mind to save a little bit of money and just go with the 2. And the 3 visually and everything else is a much better setup. Higher res on the inside for the cameras. The front-facing camera is now a color, pretty decent frame rate and all that, where the 2 was black and white, I think. So, I'll probably just get the 128 gig version instead of 512 because I don't plan on loading it up with games. And then I'll probably buy a third-party USB cable for it. Because, of course, that one that comes from them is astronomically, stupidly high. Because of course, while I'm at the sim rig, while I'm on iRacing, I'm going to be having it plugged in. So, all right, that puts us up to 60. $136 out of 1,000 for coal. Raw iron is at 60. Lumber is at 41. So next on the hit list. You know what? Since I'm over here, let me take a quick look at Steam. Walkabout mini golf, disc golf, everyday golf, the golf club VR, golf on the moon. So I'm gonna take a quick look. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot out there to choose from. Golf Plus is an Oculus VR. Oculus is now Quest, right? Yeah. Golf 5e Club. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of options. Tweetsy. Let me hit that switch back over there. Oh wait, someone already get it? I'm guessing JB's online or Tigger is. So I'm gonna run these back to the depot, I think. Or do I want to take them up to the smelter? I guess I could go up to the smelter. I guess I can go up and just reload them. You are? Okay. So the whole Oculus Quest thing, I'm still up in the air about, to be quite honest. Yeah, it's the thing that's got me worried is if I don't like it for iRacing. And watching a couple of videos, it seems more often than not people that seem to have some kind of reaction to it just need to work themselves into it. Their body has to get adjusted. So I'm not going to be going out there right away and doing a stream running races for 3-4 hours. That isn't going to happen, most likely. What needs to happen is off camera, I need to run, you know, a time trial. And as soon as I start to not feel any, you know, start to feel bad. All right, done. Take it off. Get up, walk away, let your eyes readjust everything, and work yourself out of it. And it's going to take time. And the one guy said, people that he knows, 95% of them are good to go after 2 or 3 times. He says, really, he only remembers one person that took them 6, 7, 8 times to get adjusted to it. Now he's doing it for 5 hours every day. So it's something that, you know, I'm probably going to have to get adjusted for. Small fan. I mean, I've done it. I know it's not exactly VR, but it's close to it with the Samsung setup that they had a few years ago. And I was fine with that until I tried some roller coaster, crazy roller coaster game. And, I mean, it was freaking wild. It was a crazy-ass coaster. I don't even know if it's the real one. But, yeah, I started to get the headache and get the nausea going. And I'm like, okay. And within minutes, I was fine. I didn't need to go for a walk or anything like that. Within, you know, almost, if I remember correctly, almost instantly after I took the headset off, I was fine within 5 minutes. So that kind of tells me, maybe it's wishful thinking, I don't know, that it won't take me long to get adjusted to being in the rig with me. After that, a lot of other items are SimRig upgrades for the button boxes and things like that. Change their mounting positions, make it a little more ergonomically good for me, comfortable. ease of access, things like that. The third PC coming back into action is also something that has crossed my mind. Damn. Fucking YouTube's way behind again. That's something that's also creeped back into my mind. I don't know why my YouTube studio gets so far behind when other people who will be watching are like, yeah, the latency isn't that bad. Why mine gets so far behind, I have no idea. But, yeah, I'm on the fence with it. I know I need to get a new AIO. Probably going to be a Galahad 2 320. And I'm going to throw that into the PC to help keep the 12900 cool. The play I'm thinking is fire up the third PC. Put the 2080 in that one. The 9900K, which is currently in the top one up there, the gaming rig, into that one as well. New power supply just to be safe, because I don't know if that's what was causing the issue or not. Load Windows on and see how it works. Then use that as the racing. But I don't know how well the 2080 is going to do with VR. Granted, it's just going to be iRacing. But I don't know how well it's going to do. If anything else, I'll do with the gaming rig. So when it comes to the Golf VR, since I'm going to leave the 3090 in there, and the 12900, that's going to be the game rig. I'll use that for my Golf VR, but as far as the iRacing goes, that's going to have the 2080 in there, the OC 2080. I don't know if that's going to be good enough for iRacing. That's why I need Thompson to come up in here. But here's the other thing. Do I absolutely need the third PC? No. The way this setup is right now, I don't need it. I can drop the 12900 into gaming rig with the new AIO and call it a day. I have a single mic I use between the desk and there. Then it just comes down to peripherals. Do I want to try to reincorporate using my Beacon Mix Create? Don't know. Do I want to switch over and use the Elgato Stream Deck Plus? Don't know. Lots of different options that I can use. It's hard. Because I'm not going to be wearing these with the Oculus. That's not going to happen. So I'm probably going to get earbuds. Because I don't need them over there. It's not like I have to... I'm not... It's iRacing and Farm Sim and Wreckfest I play over there. So, you know, I don't need, you know, super duper audio out of it, you know? 64 audio. Yeah, so I'll just get myself some decent earbuds wired, and I'll use those. But, you know, when it comes to audio and everything else, I just don't know which way to go. Obviously, sticking to 2 PCs is going to be cheaper, but 3 PCs, I don't know. Keep in mind, I still wouldn't mind trying to swing a set of new sub 70 golf clubs. And that's going to run $700-800. So, I mean, we'll see where I'm at after tomorrow or Tuesday, since I had to do mobile deposit. I didn't run the check over on Friday I didn't know if my bank was open or not. Saturday, I found out that they were closed because Veterans Day. I figured they'd be closed on Thursday or Friday, not Saturday. So I had to do a mobile deposit. We'll see if that works or not. You know, I ought to move this up here. That way it keeps it out of all this down here. So how was everyone's weekend? You know, the other thing I keep, you know, like I said, I'm still not 100% on going VR, but the other thing is some people suggested that it's not that easy to stream with VR. Obviously, you guys don't get the same effect. That's a no-brainer. But it's not as easy as just playing and streaming from a flat screen. So that's another thing I'm going to have to look into and make sure it's something that I can do without having to jump through a whole bunch of fucking hoops every time I want to go live. Decorated the outside for Christmas, did the usual Sunday stuff. It's not even Thanksgiving yet, you son of a bitch. The fuck's wrong with you? Time for it to switch back the engine doesn't like. I'm so disappointed in you. Disappointed. Before Veterans Day. What the fuck? Jeez. I can reach it. Nope. Fucking Michigan people. Yeah, if you guys aren't any part of the Discord, you didn't see the little conversation we had going on as well. I'm not doing Christmas stuff till December. There you go. Usually I really haven't done anything for years, to be quite honest. But usually I would try to wait until I might put them up before Thanksgiving, but I definitely wouldn't be turning anything on until after Thanksgiving. I mean, I get it. You don't want to go out there and freeze your nutsack off. You know, I get it. Rolling downhill, aren't we? Well, I'm not surprised if serious. Oh, we got a trees downstairs. Oh yeah. Wife was talking about getting a new one because like there's a bank of lights that are dead, but gonna stay up. Nightmare Before Christmas. I will give you guys a heads up about tomorrow and the possibility that it doesn't go just because of how busy we're going to be tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. Don't be surprised if I say yeah, taking another night. We've got 1,700 yards of concrete going out in 2 days, and that's just between 2 jobs. That's not including any of our regulars. So it's going to be a turn and burn day both days. 800 tomorrow, 900 on Tuesday. All right, so back to this real quick. I've been looking at Etsy for a lot of different things too. The thing I like this one because I've got that big button box I use for Farm Sim and all the different buttons, and it's a magnetic setup that you can use to just mount to your frame. The magnets are there, and they go in the back of your Stream Deck XL. Problem is, I've got the Apex Racing box, so this doesn't really work for me because I want to keep the box. I spent the money for it, might as well use it. So what I've been trying to do is find this setup with a VESA mount. I can't. The only way I can get this without this plate, just the 2 ball ends and then the joint, is buying them separate on Amazon, which has been really fucking frustrating. And then I got to get this, either this deck plate or a different version to mount the Moza wheel to. So that's what's going on in that area. Yeah, I that's what we've been doing. If you're talking about that dead area, yeah, that's what because white lights already came with the tree. You know, we just don't necessarily have to plug them in, you know. Ain't no big deal. I mean, the downside is, you know, they're in there, you know. We can't do anything about it. Then unfortunately, they're the small lights where if one goes out, the whole bank goes out. So it doesn't make it necessarily easy to figure out which one's dead. Wow. Comcast doing work and then they won't finish. They'll have to come back on Wednesday or something. And good. I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of excited about VR with iRacing. But that's why I'm also wanting to get Thompson's thoughts on that because he has it. He does it. And he's been pushing me to go with Mosa as well. The 10G. I love that on Twitter, how the people on there were disproving their own ad. Take an ad out on Twitter and have people on there tell us we're lying. That's pretty savage. Are you kidding me? That light is not going to work again. Come on, get up there. Wow. It forgot the light already. So I've got two Elgato key lights and then a key light air. All right. I spent an hour yesterday trying to get one of my key lights to reconnect to the computer. It finally did. Now it's disconnected again. I've had it with Elgato shit. Just fucking had it, man. Start the computer up today. Fucking Stream Deck profiles are deleted, set back to default. This one here on the desk was completely blank. That one over there had volume controls on it. I had to dig around and find a backup, which was 4 months old. Ended up losing shit that I had already backed up, but it's not there anymore. Just fucking tired of this shit. Everyone wants to praise how good Elgato is. I've had more of a headache and issues with the lights and Stream Deck than anything else I've ever owned. Oh yeah, Tarky pissed me off. Had a guy basically get right next to me. Never made a sound, nothing. Suddenly there's a MA1 or M1A popping off right next to my head. So I'm like, all right, cool. We're sneaking around and floating on air or something. You know, never heard a sound. And I was in the bushes just waiting for everything to kind of settle down because it was, you know, I was getting shot from somewhere and all of a sudden here's tink, tink. Okay, fine. Good shot. Done with that. Yeah, I do, don't I? That ripped through that 77% real quick. Oh, and that's what I worried about here. That's what happened to this one, but Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and you know what worries me. I know you're talking about the update. What worries me is if I was thinking about going to the Stream Deck Plus, how much of a fucking headache that thing is going to cause me. Yeah, the Elgato Stream Deck Plus is 2 lines of buttons with a touchscreen panel below that, and then 4 dials. And there's a lot of customization with it. There's apps with Elgato that people have where, you know, say, I just saw this on a video from Harris Heller. There's an app from Bar Rider that if you're in a Discord channel, the LED bar will show up with everyone's name that's in that channel, so you can individually change everyone's volume. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's a nice touch. Definitely a nice touch, nice feature. But, you know, the way I keep on having issues with this setup, not saving the backups when I make a backup, just deleting everything and then making me try to dig for the backup to bring it back up again. Yeah, I'm really having a difficult time with wanting to continue using their product. I really, really am. I'm having a hard time convincing myself that using Elgato products is the way to go. All right, so where are you going with that, Tig? Do we have anything loaded over there? No. Okay. Yeah, I'll be behind you. All right, you're lined out of the yard. Go ahead. I'm getting beam, I think. Yeah. Because that's what the coal mine wants. Yeah. Alrighty. I mean, the only other option is Loupedeck. But I don't think Loupedeck has gotten the love that Elgato has gotten. Loupedeck is kind of the same thing. It was really, if I remember correctly, Loupedeck was more for the creatives, the editing side of things, not so much the content creator. But there was definitely applications for it. And they've slowly integrated a lot of stuff into it. So I would have to take another serious look at it, because I was wanting one before, but then was a little disappointed when I heard it was pretty limited. Loop Deck is a device. I think it's about the same size as a Stream Deck, maybe a little wider. It's got three dials down the left, three down the right. I think they're clicky as well, and I think it's a touch screen that you can swipe for another screen. Let me take a quick look here. And they got different sizes. So here's a regular Loop Deck. The Live S. Sidekick for streaming and productivity. You get the Loop Deck Live. Create and stream like a pro. It's got all these extra buttons down here. And then there's the CT. This is more workflow, as you can see. Then there's a Loop Deck Plus. So it's there are plugins. There's Spotify and others. So that is definitely something that I'm not against. 12 touch buttons with haptic feedback, 2 bars, 6 analog dials. So I thought that was a screen. Maybe it's not. A regular button. I was wrong. You got Live S. 15 buttons. 4 RGB and 2 dials. I'm gonna let off the throttle here. Just kind of coaster in. Is this the one that has? No, that's got the buttons. So I thought they had a screen, but all right. Either they don't anymore, or yeah. So yeah, it would probably be the Loop Deck Live that I would probably switch over to. Question is do I want to spend $280 to find out if I like it or not? Are you not getting loaded? The only thing positive I can say about Elgato is their capture cards have been on point. I really haven't had an issue with their capture cards unless I've tried using 2 in one. Then they seem to throw a fit sometime. Or in my experience, they did. That's why I went with an AverMedia card for the racing. I'd like to see this setup change in a way where instead of the cranes like this, it's an overhead. I think that would be. I wasn't sure if that would. I wasn't sure if it would kick over that other car or not. I'm kind of not surprised with how many 3D printed stuff that's on Etsy. I've never shopped there before. I never looked for anything on there before. So I have no idea what to expect. I should replace one of these switches and flip it to the other side, so it's something easier to grab. But hey, Carcass, if you didn't notice, I'm up to level 20 now. Over on Crap Off. And I'm going to stay that way because I don't see myself really trying to put much effort into it. One, I'm so far behind. I'm just getting capped by, chads all over the fucking place. But two, my mind just isn't in it. I'm not thinking. I'm just like, oh shit, I heard a sound. I'm going to crouch right here in the middle of the street. And then to have what happened tonight, the dude makes no sound and apparently somehow gets almost right next to me. and tries to one-tap me. It took him 2 more shots to kill me. But still, you know, there's no possible way he can get basically right into the bush without making a sound. No way. Even sneaking. Because they changed that up. You know, unless he's a fucking velociraptor, not happening. I'm kind of anxious to get all this stuff going. I can't wait. That's why I'm still kind of kicking myself in the ass for not at least getting over to the bank on Friday. Or looking, because I don't know if they were open on Friday or not. All it said on the website was that they're going to be closed on Saturday in observance of Veterans Day. That's all I know. Because that's when I happened to look. But I figured, hey, you know what? I'm going to the vape shop. I'll just go there. I'll go to the bank first and then go over to the shop. And Bob's their own. But nope. And then, you know, I'm talking to the lady at the vape shop, saying, you know, yeah, it looks like I can buy the juice I buy from them online, and you know, maybe save myself some money, because the post guy, the guy from the post office, was saying, yeah, you can still get vapes through the mail, and I'm like, really? It's federal law, and he never heard of it. Welcome back. And I said, he goes, just fill out a card up there at the office, and we can deliver it. And he's like, I already know you don't have any kids living here, and you know, you're fine, you're golden. I'm like, sweet. So I was talking to her about that, and decided to try to look them up, and couldn't find the website. It wasn't coming up, and so I went to their Facebook group to see if, you know, is it up, or were they just ordering through the group? Come to find out that the owner of the company back on September 25th posted that the FDA, I think I linked it in the Discord, but let me get the screenshot here. Might as well give this thing a little bit extra. Friends and family, in case you haven't already noticed, the FDA has had our website taken down by Shopify, and we are being forced to cease production of vape juice entirely. Now, they've been fighting with them already to get flavors okayed, but it seems, according to the industry, that the FDA is basically not allowing any vape flavors to be approved. So for the most part, anyone that is vaping and using a flavor, chances are they're using a flavor that is currently banned or not approved and shouldn't be sold. But up until recently, the FDA really haven't been putting their foot down on it because, well, they don't have the, the manpower or whatever. They got a backlog of, approval requests. That being said, I have a decent amount of inventory left to be selling on a first-come, first-served basis while supplies last. I do not have any special offers or incentives at this time, as we will need every penny to cover the costs associated with closing our business and ending our lease at our vape shop in order to prepare for the next chapter of life. Now, someone else had asked about that, and he went on to say that the brick-and-mortar stores have become increasingly difficult to keep afloat. Costs there have soared. He didn't go into detail why, but he said at this point it was inevitable. It was going to happen at some point that we were going to have to close the store. And they had a couple stores. Because the FDA in their nanny state, think of the children. It's the children. They're worried about the children. Because the little USB style vapes like Vuse and Juul, got them addicted. And the kids just being fucking stupid anyway. It's just flavoring and water vapor. And then on top of that, the media piled on. What was it, last year or 2 years ago or whatever, or 3 years ago, when we had that epidemic of teenagers and young adults that were vaping and then having to need lung transplants and shit like that. And the media, it's vaping, it's vaping, it's vaping, all over the fucking place. Spammed vaping everywhere. Headlines, vaping, vaping, vaping. It was like a footnote. By the way, they were vaping THC that was laced with vitamin E. It's a fucking footnote. It was an attack of the media all over vaping, which made vaping even more dangerous and sinister in the eyes of adults and everyone else that's just a sheeple. None of that shit that happened to those kids years back was because they were vaping shit that's in this tank right now. None of it. It was all because they decided to use their vape pens to get high with synthetic THC, which was made with vitamin E, which is not supposed to be inhaled. Hence, what was happening. No, we can't report that, though. They were vaping. Doesn't matter what they were vaping on. They could have been vaping straight up antifreeze. Doesn't matter. They were vaping. So, the products like the Juul and others, which are nothing like these, obviously different, but now these are being attacked and demonized just like those. Oh yeah, the Harvard study that got debunked right away. But that never made the headlines because, well, it goes against the narrative. Yeah, they were straight up dry hitting at insanely high amounts of wattage. They were dry hitting the coil in order to get the results that they got for the high amounts of formaldehyde. And they wouldn't release the information, you know, how they got to that point. Show your math. We don't have to. We're Harvard. So someone else at some little rinky-dink college, I like in Washington or whatever, recreated their tests, and the only way that he was able to get the results to match the results that they got was by dry hitting coils at a wattage that was way beyond what the coil was even rated for, like double. I want to say he was doing like 140 watts on a coil that was not even like 70 or something like that. So they're using the product in a way that even some dumb motherfucker high on bath salts wouldn't even use it. But that didn't matter to the media. To the media, it played along with the narrative of vaping is bad, vaping is dangerous, it's going to kill us all, blah, blah, blah. And that's that. So, you know, it was a systematic attack against the industry. Probably all backed by Big Tobacco and the deep pockets they have with the motherfuckers up in Congress. Simple as that. I want to say it was that. Yeah, because I got mine at 65. And it's locked at 65. I don't go above that. You know what? While Tig loads this up, maybe I will take a brief look. Yeah, Harvard Health. Yeah, here's Harvard this year, actually. Vaping is on the rise among teenagers, but reports link it to severe lung disease. Oh, see? Here we go right here. More than 2,800 e-cigarette users required hospital admission due to EVALI through February 2020. 68 of those people died. Why? Why don't you admit that it wasn't vaping regular tobacco juice or anything? It was vaping THC. Not found in stores, not sold in stores, illegal. But no, we can't say that. Because it's one of those facts that gets in the way of the narrative that we're trying to push, that these things are dangerous and worse than a cigarette. That's the fucking shit right there that they need to be called out for. On social media and in the regular ABC, NBC, all of them need to be calling these motherfuckers out and saying, why don't you say exactly what the problem was instead of just saying vaping caused it? There's a difference. There's a fucking difference. Fucking bullshit. They do say it right here. All right. But of course, they got their point across right there. They got their point across right here. And then down here, like I said, put it in the same fucking line. Why separate it? You know why? Because this is what people are going to read first. That's what they're going to read. Whether or not they read the rest of this, I doubt it. This is what they're going to read first. This is what they're going to remember. E-cigarettes required 2,800 e-cigarette users required hospital admission. That's what they're going to remember. They're not going to look at this. THC containing e-cigarettes. But then they also kind of try to play it down. Other contaminants and other factors such as pre-existing lung disease may also play a role. Then they try to play it down. They suspect, even though it was, the CDC actually said this is what was going on. So they're trying to downplay this from the start right there. All right. And then they do it even more. Other contaminants and such as pre-existing lung disease. Get the fuck out of here, man. Vitamin E acetate was never in e-cigarettes. It was in the THC that was being made by a couple of numbnuts up in Wisconsin as well as others. None of it was legal in the first fucking place. It still isn't legal. So stop saying it's an e-cigarette thing. Oh, and then this one that's also been debunked multiple times. The popcorn lung. Teens who vape are more likely to begin smoking cigarettes? That's actually not true. And I love how they're still, where was it? Some substances found in e-cigarette vapor can be linked. Such full of shit. Full of fucking shit. Yeah, I know this one. Yeah, early generations. Yeah, they were, because it was the Wild West, really. They didn't band up until the last 5 or so years. They didn't really band together and say, "Hey, we got to protect ourselves." And there was a set industry standard that they had set themselves. And of course, the government is, "No, you can't do that. We don't trust you." Meanwhile, here's other companies that are on TV, advertising these industry standards for vitamins. They're not FDA approved, but they got that ESP seal on there. But that's okay. That's okay. Making vitamins and gummies and everything else and saying it's going to, fish oil and everything else, whether it's got it or not, who gives a flying fuck? Because the FDA don't regulate it. They don't do anything about it. But hey, it's been approved by the ESP or whatever the fuck it is. But the vape industry has their own little group too. No, we can't trust you. No, you're gonna lie. Fucking garbage. The persistence of the idea that vaping is directly linked to popcorn lung has prompted several health bodies, including Health Canada, New Zealand Ministry of Health, and UK Health Security Agency, to clarify that no evidence exists for such a link. Independent charities and research institutions like the Cancer Research UK and Action on Smoking and Health have made similar statements, yet the myth continues to appear in news headlines around the world. Gee, I wonder why. E-cigarettes don't contain nicotine. Yeah, that's where they were. That's Juul and others were doing that because some of them had such high amounts and people were vaping them so fucking fast. It's 5%, but this is 1.5. This, let's see, right there. I don't know if it's going to focus in. Over here, 0 milligram nicotine. There is no nicotine in this bottle. That's how I get 1.5 because I mix it with a 3. Yeah, that's another stupid myth. Wow, using cigarettes will help me quit smoking is a myth. Unfortunately, the opposite is usually true. Studies show that people who use e-cigarettes are 4 times more likely to start smoking cigarettes than if they never tried vaping in the first place. Our research shows 80% are smokers who switch to e-cigarettes as a stepping stone to tobacco cessation still end up using e-cigarettes 1 year later, simply having replaced one addiction for another. To date, the Food and Drug Administration has not found e-cigarettes to be safe or effective. That's a load of fucking shit! Sorry, that was loud. It's shit. But yet, go over to England, they encourage you to vape. The UK encourages you to vape rather than smoke. And see, these are two different fucking things. These are way different. Yeah, I need to do some... I need to do some search to find that one, because I know there's another one that came out with it that said that the Harvard study was wrong. What was this? How vaping affects your overall health is uncertain. However, there appears to be ample evidence that vaping is not. Yeah, you can go fuck right off with that. In addition to whatever enjoyment vaping brings, some evidence suggests vaping helps some people stop smoking. And there was just something I watched on Netflix that's there was a guy in there who's like a doctor or whatever and said that's bullshit. Said this, it doesn't do that. Just so fucking sick of it. So fucking sick. Thank you, Tig. No, the FDA has never regulated vitamins. Does this game seem to feel better than a model railroad in your basement? I think you actually get to play that model railroad that's in your basement. And this time the Steam actually works. How you doing? What's going on, Sasquatch? It is just ripping through this lumber. I am really not looking forward to refilling this thing, because once we put that station down to refill these hoppers of logs, you have to do it log by log. You can only hold 5. So those big ass hoppers we got on those cooks, when they get drained down, I mean, granted, by that point, you hopefully you've got enough money, to fucking sell it off and buy a new one. Yeah, I'm not looking too far out into the future when it comes to train sim stuff. I mean, I don't even own Train Sim 4. I do not plan on owning Train Sim 4. I've seen gameplay of Centuries of Steam. Not 100% with that one either. For people who are looking for realistic operation of a steam locomotive, it's right up their alley. I think that's a very, very, very niche thing, though. Railroader, I haven't looked at that one yet. I mean, honestly, I just want to drive the fucking train. That's it. I'm really not interested in operating levers and, running coal burners. And oh shit, no, I don't want these. Damn it. I I don't care if they're steam or diesel or even electric. None of that stuff really matters to me. I just like the sandbox part of this. You know, that's all I'm really interested in, being able to control where your factories are at. You lay your track wherever you want, use whatever type of track you want, whether it's the wall that you have off in the distance or the bridge, stuff like that. That's what I'd rather do. I could care less about, like I just said about, oiling the locomotive and doing this and stoking and blah 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 and all this other crap that a very select group of people get off on. More power to them. Ain't my cup of tea. Yeah, see, the no track laying part kind of. I imagine it'll get more difficult. It's just how long will it be until it gets there? Now that they've got a little bit more of a crew working on the game, it might be sooner rather than later, but it'll get there. See, I'd love to have terraforming. I really, 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 really would love to have terraforming. Someone on Planet Coaster too, by the way. Shiny thing. I have that in my library. I haven't played that in a hot minute. Yeah, someone a week ago or whatever said that won't happen because it's not supported by Unreal 5. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Yeah, apparently Unreal 5 doesn't support it. Which is also why grass doesn't disappear when you lay down track. And CD Trumpet was in here before when I mentioned that, where I'd love to see the grass and the flowers disappear, and he goes, nope. Because if there's anything that annoys me is when I lay down track and there's still bushes and flowers sprouting up. I think he had said, uh, that's what you had back then, and my reply was, yeah, maybe on lines that weren't active or near active, but yeah, active lines generally didn't have shit growing up from under them. So time will tell. I have heard multiple times there's a roadmap. I haven't looked for it. Honestly, I kind of get the feeling that this game, if I focus on it, is gonna end up being like another ATS. I'm gonna get that crowd in here that is, what's your favorite car? What's your favorite locomotive? I like this one with these options. I think it is the best locomotive ever. That type. Just like with ATS. What's your favorite torque gadget, man? Mine's a 379 with a Detroit diesel and 18 speed and straight pipes. Okay, I don't care. There's gonna be that type, which is not a type that I'm really interested in, because they're also the type of person that will tell me to stop swearing, and I'll tell them to go fuck off. Proud of your mama. I want laying tracks to cost money, or yeah, I could see, because this is all sandbox, but we have money. I can see track eventually costing money. I do. I honestly do. It's just not just yet, I imagine it will show up. It'll be here eventually. Kojak. Don't hold back, Kojak. Tell us what you really think. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I had them all day, every day when I played ATS. I know if I focus on this one, I'll have them again. And I just don't have the mental strength to deal with them. I don't. And I know it looks bad on me if a developer comes in here to, see what I'm about and this and that. I know it looks bad on me. I know. But I just can't, man. I can't. That's why I'll never be a good Santa Claus. I'll be a bad Santa. I will never be a mall Santa. I guarantee you I will lose that job by lunch. Promise you that. Promise. One last note on the whole vaping discussion we were just having, though. With that being said, I'm not interested in chasing a new flavor. Also, knowing the writing is on the wall for the industry, the FDA is not approving really anything that's got flavor in it. I think my time doing this is starting to draw to an end. So once I am no longer able to get my juice, I will probably put this away. I will probably put it away. I've taken long stretches, hours without it, and I was fine. I don't feel like it's the nicotine since I've worked my way down off of it, and I've even gone zero nicotine for a short bit. I think it was a couple days, and I was fine. I wasn't freaking out or anything. So now the only habits I have are 1, the flavor, and 2, the hand to mouth. That's it. You got a choice, all right? Here we go. Choice. Play Mall Santa or go work at McDonald's. You have to have one of them. You need some extra cash. Mall Santa or work at McDonald's. Did you even think about that one, Tig? Or Kojak? Was it even a tough choice? You got your car taken away because you were drunk or something. I don't know. It's broken. You blew the engine up. Dropped the transmission. So you needed the extra money for the repairs. Take the bus. Oh, it's McDonald's hands down for them. Wow. All right. All right. McDonald's hands down. I would probably have to side with McDonald's as well. If I'm that hard up and desperate for cash, then yeah. If there are no other options, and I mean there has to be no other options, I would actually consider being a fucking janitor, cleaning up kid puke in an at an elementary school, and probably my own puke because it would make me puke. But oh yeah, Mall Santa would be dangerous for me as well. You're gonna bring me this and this and this. Get the fuck off me, fat ass. There ain't enough 20-year-olds that want to come sit on Santa's lap to make up for that one. There ain't enough. I mean, what would have to be the hot mom, you know, college chick ratio to kid ratio to make you do a Santa? For every 5, you know, are we talking kids 5 to 2 or something? 10 to 3? Well, what's the ratio? Because that's the only way I could see myself be like, yeah. But then again, you know, that how attractive is that? You know, yeah, I let the Mall Santa boink me. I don't think that's gonna be something you're gonna brag to your friends. I don't think that's something. That is not a notch on the belt a lot of women are looking for, you know? Maybe the desperate hot mom. Maybe the desperate hot mom. But definitely not some 22-year-old co-ed or something. No. You know, unless Santa's like fucking ripped or something, you know? Shredded underneath that suit. Ah, see, that's why you gotta have a whole bunch of candy for them to go in a tablet for them to go play with. Here you go, kid. Here's a tablet. Watch some YouTube. Here's some candy canes. Go sit in the manger over there. I need 5 minutes alone with your mom. Really 3, but I'll call it 5. Get out of my way! Ah, missed one. See this stuffed animal? See this stuffed polar bear? Here, sniff it. It smells. Do it. Sniff it anyway. Deep breath. Come on. God, we're bad. We're bad. Yeah, that's all you'd need is do that at the beginning of the month, and then come Christmas Eve, she comes back and says, guess what? Merry Christmas, I'm pregnant. Humbug. Fucking humbug, eh? To the mine? Iron mine, you mean? Oh, now that's just... I think that's a little... There's that line, and yeah, that's not just a pinky toe across that line right there. That's a little... Wow. Oh. Well, yeah, that's where I'm at the ironworks right now. We must be full on the other side. That's rough, man. That's rough. So, let me ask you guys this, all right? VR iRacing. Interested? Yes? No? Maybe? Not really? I want to see more trains? iRacing VR. I'm contemplating picking up a Meta Quest, or was the Oculus. And once this deposit goes through, I'm going to be re-upping my iRacing for 1 year. Oh yeah, I got back into it recently after having a year off. I'll be upgrading the wheel setup from the G29. That's going to get retired. Yeah, I don't know. I'm higher than that. I've been doing, focusing on the GT3 with the Ferrari. I do have the BMW, though, too. I do have a track AR, or I do have the track IR. It was bugging out the last few times I used it. Because I used it in all my ATS videos over on YouTube and everything. So, I don't know what's going on with it, but it likes to bug out. So, I don't know if it's the lights causing it to do it. I don't know. But, I'll probably just go VR, because I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone on that one. I can also get Golf Plus, which is a VR game. And from the brief look I just did a little while ago while we were maybe an hour ago. It seems to be the best VR golf game out there. Legit courses, legit clubs, golf clubs. It's got a really good following, so it might be something I go for. So I can have it for iRacing, I can have it for golf, and whatever other games come out that might be interesting for you guys to watch. Oh, new camera over there as well. So the Logitech C920 will get moved, demoted, what have you, and a new Elgato camera will get put in over there. I might take that Logitech and put it up somewhere behind me, or maybe over here or somewhere, so I can get a view of the room, the desk, whatever. So it'll probably be used, but haven't quite figured out a good position to put it, you know. I've got choices and I've got decisions to make. Because if I end up doing the Golf VR, I've got to have a new microphone set up as well, because this ain't gonna work. And so I was looking at I was looking at Mod Mic actually from Antlion Audio, and they've got a new mic where it's just earbuds and your mic plugs into there and comes down here. The downside is there's no noise cancellation, so it picks up everything. So if you guys think it's loud now, when Indy and Milo decide to start barking it because a leaf blew across the street 3 blocks over, this is even with some noise canceling on, or noise gate anyway on. It's not with that one. It's completely. So if I had it on right now, and it almost looks like it's kind of like this setup right here. So it's a little small mic that hangs down, all right, and it hangs out right around where this would be. And so I could do this, snap my fingers all the way around, and you would hear it. Whereas with this, I'm snapping it on the other side, and you guys really can't hear it. So that's the problem I'm running into, is finding a good mic that is going to actually really pick up my voice and sounds decent. This one sounds like shit. Not many options. How does the iron mine look up there? Out of beams. So let's put... I'll top off that last car with lumber and then get the rest in beams and take that up to iron mine. I mean, are you guys at all versed in VR and what's out there? Are there any games that you think might be interesting to check out? That's not VR, you fool. Derail Valley is in VR. Really? But will it work with Quest?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
No, I honestly had no idea. It was I'm not familiar with what games are VR and what isn't. I know ATS has a VR option, but I think it's lagging behind the regular release. Or at least it used to. I gotta tag Thompson. I need to see if I can get him to come online. I might have to message him. Maybe that'll work. We'll try that. Yeah, see, I don't know. Uh, yeah, there's Derail Valley. All right. All right, so I'm let's see. F123 says it's VR. I'm trying to see. I doubt it, but I'm wondering if Oculus or Quest is on Steam. That's the thing. Am I limited to only the Meta store? Or can I use Steam? You know, are we looking at the same old PlayStation versus Xbox kind of thing, you know? Some games will be set up for the Vive or whatever. Some games will be on both. Cross-platform, if you will. But it doesn't say. VR supported, that's it. Hmm. Golf It. There you go, Carcass. Golf It's VR. All right, maybe I should just do a quick search this way. There are two options for playing Steam games on the Mega MetaQuest 3. Those being wired or via Airlink. You need to install the Oculus software from the Meta website to take advantage of both methods. So it looks like you can. Yeah, one game I'll be getting for free is the Asgard's Wrath 2. No idea what that's about. So, I don't know if you guys want to look that up and see if you might be interested in watching me play it. Yeah, considering the best VR games on PC list is much larger than the Quest 3 store's offering, if you own a gaming PC, you may as well take advantage of many PC VR titles. And considering how amazing the new VR headset from Meta is, which we discussed in our review, you'll want to know how to start playing PC VR games on your Quest. So you install the software and log into your account. Head to devices options on the Oculus software. Select the headset, then select Quest 3. Choose Airlink, link cable, or Airlink option. Put on your headset, then go to the settings menu. System and settings, choose Quest Link. Launch Quest Link. Select your PC from the list. I'm going to have to do this anyway, I think, just so I can do iRacing. When the desktop loads, open Steam and play Steam VR. After this, you'll be booted into Steam's VR virtual world, allowing you to select from your library of Steam VR games. Unfortunately, those wanting a wired experience, you'll need a long wire with a USB-C connection in order to play Steam games on the Quest 3 with a wired connection. We recommend at least 10 feet. I'm going to have 15 to 20, I bet. Allowing you to have enough wire to move around freely and hopefully not get coiled up by it. It's a lot easier than the old style VR headsets with huge wires, tracking bases. Alright. That's definitely another bonus then. Definitely another bonus. Being able to play Steam VR games with the Quest. Your boy Casket's about to lose some weight. I'm gonna collapse after like 5 minutes of playing some of these games. Beat Saber and whatever. I do honestly look forward to the day when we have setups like they had in Ready Player One. I honestly look forward to those days. Set you up to the oil field. Where are you coming from? From the Ironworks, Tan 4. Set up there. So we gotta come down the middle. So I'll flip that one for you. You should be good to go. Yeah, I just noticed you're coming my way. All right, keep on coming, Tig. Keep on coming. You can just drive straight through. Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Meta allows that. Yeah, I honestly would have fully expected them to keep it locked down to where you can only play using games bought from their store. I would fully expect that. Good. Nope, one more. Yeah, so I've got choices. I need to figure out a good way to stream with the headset on. And I think there's a mirror option. So every time I go live, I have to open up the program and hit and use mirror. So then that way, OBS can still do the screen capture. But when it comes to audio, though, that's the tricky part right there. Make sure he gets a good distance out in front of me there. Good thing I double checked. That switch wasn't lined up right. Oops. So I'm going to let him go through, and then I'll flip one of the switches so I can go through the loop and head up to the iron mine. Wow. There are 25 people watching Railroads Online right now on Twitch, and I've got 18 of them. Is that my guy? Yes, it is. Oh, he's racing. He's at Fairbury Speedway, Pro Dirt Elite Models. I asked him which wheel should I get, and he said 12. I'm hoping I can get him to jump in the voice so I can talk to him that way. He says he's Heat 3. I don't know what heat it is.
Over Casey Childers in second, Kenny Haight third, and Kate.
Oh, it's Heat Race 1, 6 laps to go. He's got time.
Tanner Hutchins trying to make a little bit of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see that. This thing is just really sucking it down, man. Alright, time to reset that switch. Up the center. Oh, damn it.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Yeah, I hit the wrong. I thought I hit it towards the center. Maybe I double clicked it and didn't even realize it. Oh, I'm not ready to go to work tomorrow. Give me one more day off. There it goes. Hey, 4 viewers on YouTube, the highest we've had all night. Well, now 3. You're slacking? Why are you slacking? Because you just got in here? How you doing, Missouri? Over on Kick. You're on vacation this week? Yeah, no vacations for me. Gotta wait until next year. I had to ban someone and I reported him. Rob Thomas up there. I don't know if you can still see it in chat. Is that a new thing? They do a follow and then post that? Or am I possibly on follower only mode and I didn't even notice? Wipe schmipe. Yeah, there's no time, at least on the Rob Thomas one. I haven't noticed. It just says 3 hours ago. Alright, so they did fix that. I remember back in the day, though, you could see chat as far back as you... It didn't clear itself out. Back to Twitch over there. Here we go. So yeah, now I'm kind of excited to go with VR, see what I can get into, and how many times I can get myself right up to the edge of puking before... No, you've been getting some farm stuff. Jeez, I can't fucking speak. I'm dyslexic. Missouri, I've been getting some farm sim stuff done before the long week starts. Yeah, that's still not a game I've touched in a while. And every time I think about it, the same thought that pops into my head where it's just, rinse and repeat. Because I don't do any of the extra stuff. Yeah, see, I never even did silage. Got the mining set up, just haven't messed with it. And all the farm stuff keeps you busy. Have like 24 million liters of silage fermenting right now. That's bonkers. You know, the one thing I will probably also do is pay for Restream. So I can have Kick, YouTube, and Twitch all in this little panel right here. God, I keep on talking about stuff I'm gonna buy and shit. I'm not gonna have any money left over to buy my new clubs. Quit when I went back on the road, but since I may be around every day now, I might do it again. Like what, local stuff or back into the office or something? The Coke made it around the loop. We are pumping oil. I figured the loop. Figured it would. It's the 4-axle ones or the 8s. Those are the ones I worry about. Like Bloomington. Place shut down, so you've been farming for the last... What, like, out of business shut down, or...? Oh, wow. So you've been farming game-wise, or you've been farming IRL? Helping out with them to bring in money? Oh, it is a 2.8. I thought it was a 2.6. I thought JB bought the 6. Fucking unload, or is it full? No, it's not full. Just didn't want to unload again. Need more beams. IRL. I'd probably go to that in a heartbeat over concrete. It just doesn't pay. Doesn't pay, man. Speaking of getting paid, though, I tell you what, I think our company and the union's in for a fucking headache with the new steward that we're probably going to have. So that guy that is part-time with us because he works for the maintenance with UP down in Texas, he wrote his name down on a new steward list since we don't have one right now. We haven't had one for a couple months. And this guy knows his shit. He knows how the game is played. He's been to the conventions. He's, been on the line with headquarters, all that stuff. So he's not a guy that's going to sit here and let the current regime just kind of phone it in, if you will. I get the feeling he's going to be a fucking pit bull. So this could be fun in a couple of years. Could be fun. Oh, I lost a like on YouTube. Was 3, now it's 2. Stingy bastards. Let her ride. Are you still using that Yeti, Missouri? Oh, the Wave. That's right. That's right. Yeah. You possibly interested in upgrading? I might be selling this mic, the Rode Podcast, and my Wave XLR. I'm contemplating it. Pick up a new beacon setup. I'm not sure on it yet. Out of all the things Elgato that I have, you know, for the most part, the capture as well as the audio part has worked fairly well. It's just Stream Deck that likes to go fucking haywire. Go figure. That's why I'm thinking going over to Loop Deck. Yeah, because I've got an extra one of these. It's sitting back there on the floor. And I've kind of contemplated removing the Wave XLR and going back to my Go XLR Mini, because I liked the noise gates and, microphone settings that are in there compared to the Wave. If I were to go with Beacon setup, then I don't need anything XLR, because the Beacon is a USB mic, and it's a dynamic mic as well, with all the goodies built into it. And which is, ideal. The downside with the Elgato thing is that the stuff like noise gate and everything else is third party. They don't have it themselves. You've got to use third party apps with it, which I don't like. And it's the same thing that you have with your current mic as well. So you'd be using the same software and everything. You just have, in my opinion, a better microphone. So I could go one of two ways. I can continue with this mic and just plug it back into the Go XLR Mini, or I can go the route of the Beacon mic. And why am I going this way? He must have come out. have already been decided. Okay. Let's take a quick check. Go get more beams or something. Yeah, they're out of beams, but it ain't gonna really matter because coal out. Well, could say fuck it. I don't know. Yeah, I've got a lot of decisions to make on different routes that I might take. Continue to use the Stream Decks, get a Stream Deck Plus, or pick up a loop deck and try it out, see if I like it, and, you know, go from there. Go back to the Go XLR. If I do that and I stop using the Wave, then I can't use the Elgato mic software. Because I got nothing else. I would have to go back to using the Beacon setup in order for all my software, which I'm not against. You know, I like that I have everything right here with knobs and whatnot, and they're clicky, compared to having to use buttons on the Stream Deck. So... But that's where the Stream Deck Plus comes in, because it comes with the Elgato software. So even though I don't have the Wave anymore, if I had this mic through the Go XLR Mini with the Stream Deck Plus, I get all that software. I get access to that software, so I can still use that software to route all my audio and control it with the Plus. So, I mean, there's, you know, you don't get that with... I don't think you do anyway with the loop deck. So there's that drawback. But you know what? I think I'm going to jump off. That's 3 hours in the bag, over 3 hours. I got to go take care of the dogs, and I probably should go take a shower. Don't really necessarily need to, but why the hell not? I don't know. But yeah, at least take care of the dogs and then figure it out from there. So thanks for chilling, guys. Thanks for hanging. It's been an awesome night with Twitch. 20 viewers right now. It's the second time I've seen we hit that. Kick as well. It was a bot, but a follow is a follow, I guess. And thank you to you guys over there on YouTube hanging out and watching over there. So we will see about tomorrow. It is up in the air. So I could be live at 6 or 7, or I could say, you know what? I'm worn the hell out, and I'm going to bed because we've got 1,700 yards of concrete going out between tomorrow and Tuesday. 800 tomorrow, 900 on Tuesday. It's a lot of concrete, a lot of driving, and that's just between 2 customers. That's not including all the regular stuff that's going on. So we're probably talking between 2 days, 2,000 yards of concrete going. In 2 days. That's a lot. It's a lot. At 9 yards a truck. 9 yards per truck, that's the max we carry for safety and weight and things like that, because our plates are only for 66,000 pounds. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, and I'm training someone as well, and I already told him, hey, you can be driving most of the day. I'll be handling it because he's going to want us to turn and burn. So yeah, tomorrow night is up in the air. If I do stream, most likely it will be this, unless I get a wild hair up my ass and say, screw it, I'm starting off with Satisfactory. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for chilling, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time, whether it's Monday or it's Wednesday. Hopefully I'll see you on one of those days, if not both. Take it easy.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Bye, diddly-eye. So long.
God bless you.
See ya. Bye.
Goodbye. Bye-bye, Homer.
Take care.
So long. Bye-bye.
Ta-ta.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Sayonara, dude.
So long.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye.
See ya. Bye. Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm going. Take off.
See ya. Bye.
Well, kids, that's our show for today. And now, in the words of Mr. Cole Porter, every time we say goodbye, I die a little. Every time we say goodbye, I wonder why a little. Every time we say goodbye.